let's go to one that you did draft in the first round, who was holding out and is now back and is not playing that great. It's CeeDee Lamb through 3 games, 24 targets, 13 receptions, 218 yards, 1 touchdown. Your wide receiver 17 on the season. That is not what you paid for. Anthony, what are your thoughts there? CeeDee Lamb, is this one of those things like we expect, like, Steve mentioned it. We had all these holdouts. We had Jamar Chase, Ayuk, Lamb. We expect these guys to turn it around. What is your level of concern when watching CeeDee Lamb here?
Number one, I think the lack of, and I get it, everybody plays or doesn't play in the preseason. Some teams look good out the gate, some teams don't. I think the lack of live practices, lack of preseason action, the extensive holdouts. I mean, CeeDee Lamb especially doesn't show up all off season long, where Dak Prescott, also in a contract dispute, he was at least there working with his team. So all of these factors play into it. I think CeeDee Lamb might be one of the biggest buy lows, and not everybody's willing to sell CeeDee Lamb. But if you're, again, just like I was talking about Ayuk, some fantasy managers, they want to overreact. And I drafted CeeDee Lamb 1 or 2, and he's had one good game, and then the other 2 games give me less than 13 points. And Dallas, they don't look good. This is why I don't draft Cowboys. And they want to get out from under. This is a prime buy low opportunity because things are going to get better for CeeDee Lamb. For context, if you remember last year, it was a different Dallas team. They won their first few games. They were defensive dominant games. And Dak didn't have to do a lot, and the offense started slow. I think it's only a matter of time before the offense starting fast. And when that happens, I think things are going to look up for CeeDee Lamb. So if you want to buy into CeeDee Lamb, if there's a potential buy low opportunity, and you're in a league where your fantasy manager wants to get out from under him, and he's willing to take a little bit less, I'd be willing to flip Malik Neighbors for CeeDee Lamb because Neighbors looks brilliant. Do I think Daniel Jones can keep this up all season long? No. So you might have Malik Neighbors and him coming off back-to-back 28 PPR point games. You might be able to pull a CeeDee Lamb because I always want to align myself with the receivers, with the better quarterback and the better offense. And right now, Dallas' defense does not look good. They have no semblance of a running game. So it's going to get right for CD, and now is the time to buy. But his body language, and yesterday, and Tom Brady brought this up because I don't know how the hell Jerry Jones pulls this off. Tom Brady is 3 for 3 calling Cowboys games. But he kept referencing the body language from CeeDee Lamb, the body or the friction going on between Lamb and Dak, which I remember seeing in the postseason loss against Green Bay. So I do expect things to go better. CeeDee Lamb, 10 targets in week 1, and then 7 and 7 back-to-back games. That's not the offense that Dallas clicked playing last year. Like CeeDee Lamb was hyper targeted. I think that eventually gets better because as much as CeeDee and Dak, they have played together an entire offseason away from each other. You need to get that back, even the great ones. So that's it. I think buy low on Lamb. I don't have much concern. I think he's going to get back on track.
I don't have a ton of concern either. Steve, you can give quick thoughts, and then I was going to kick the next receiver to you, but did you have anything else on that? Or?
Yeah, not concerned. 5 of the first 6 weeks last year, CD was held under 100 yards with just 1 touchdown, and then he just went absolutely bonkers. So I think it's going to be similar once again. I mean, he's kind of rolling his frustrations, with those drops in the playoffs, fumble in this game, not a good start. But pretty soon we'll see Jerry smiling in the booth again and CD going off, and Cowboys will get rolling a little bit on offense. So, yeah, you can't worry too much right now. Just got to hold, and I agree with Anthony. If you could snag them for cheap right now for anything, that works, you go and try to do it.
I mean, they will get rolling on offense. They will. The Cowboys, they will. And actually, Thursday Night Football this week is them and the Giants in Jersey. So if there's a game the Cowboys need to step the F up and, get a win, it's that. Because if they lose there, the Giants, that's a fire alarm. Chinese fire drill. Everybody's running into each other.